Welcome to miniOrange. Today we are going to set up Single Sign-on and WordPress using Azure AD as an identity provider. Log into your WordPress admin account. Click on Plugin on the menu bar on the left-hand side. Now click on the Add New button. Search for SAML in the search bar. Now install the miniOrange plugin for Single Sign-on, and click on Activate. We have successfully installed miniOrange plugin, which is on the menu bar on the left-hand side. Select AzureAD as your IDP. Click here to open Setup Guide. Let's configure the Azure AD as identity provider. Log into your Azure AD portal. From the menu bar from the left-hand side, select Azure Active Directory. If you do not have a premium subscription, select App Registrations. Otherwise, click on Enterprise Application and follow the video mentioned in the description below, or click on the Info tab to see the video. Click on App Registrations. Click on New Registration. Assign a name as WordPress SAML App. Choose an account type as single tenant. To provide URL in the redirect URL field, go to Service Provider Metadata tab and copy the ACS URL and paste it over here. Click on Register. Application created successfully. Now click on Expose an API. Click the Set button to get the application ID URL. Go to Service Provider Metadata tab in the plugin. Update the SP Entity ID field by removing the trailing slash and click on the Update button. Copy the SP Entity ID and paste it over here. Click on Save. From the menu bar from the left-hand side, click on Overview and then click on Endpoints. Copy the Federation Metadata document. Go to your Service Provider Setup tab in the miniOrange plugin. To configure Service Provider, click on Upload IDP Metadata. Write AzureAD as your IDP name. Paste the metadata URL and click on Fetch Metadata. Your identity provider details are saved successfully. Scroll down and click on Test Configuration. You have successfully configured Azure AD with your WordPress site. Now let's see how to add a miniOrange login widget for Single Sign-on. On the menu bar on the left-hand side, click on Appearance, then Widgets. Select Login with Azure AD and Add Widget. In title put Login with Azure AD. And click on Save. Now let's see how this feature works. Go to your WordPress site homepage and scroll down. You can see the widget we added for Single Sign-on. Click on Login with Azure AD. You will be redirected to Azure AD login page. Sign in with your Azure AD credentials. Congratulations! You have successfully logged into WordPress using Azure AD as IDP. Check out our premium version of the plugin, which includes features like attribute mapping, role mapping and many more. And it also supports add-ons like SCIM user sync, page restriction, etc.